Here's my review of Fall. It's a really simple survival movie. Two friends, Becky and Hunter, climb a 2,000-foot radio tower when they get stuck at the top. If you can get past the idea that it's really stupid of them to climb with not that good of supplies, then you could definitely enjoy this movie. Because I think that it's a pretty fun movie. And it's because it's so simple, this review should be pretty short. But basically, yeah, Becky and Hunter climb on top of this 2,000-foot radio tower. And it is pretty intense just seeing them get there because they almost fall a couple times getting up there. And then once they're at the top, they take some pictures and then they realize that they can't really get back down. And it's pretty fun because you kind of like throughout this movie, it's less than 2 hours, like an hour and 40 minutes. You're kind of wondering how are they going to get down? And there are a lot of creative things that they do because they're stuck in the desert. They have to do a lot of interesting things like fill their cups with rainwater to survive, or they'll lower like stuff to go get their bag that they dropped to bring up food or stuff like that and water. And it's pretty intense and it's pretty fun. But I think, and then at a certain point, they drop their backpack, and then Becky lowers down Hunter to go grab their backpack full of their surprise, and that's a really intense scene. And like she drops it, and like catches it at the last second, and then that is a really intense scene. And then then she pulls her back up, and then it's kind of more of the same where they're kind of wondering how they're going to get it out of there when they have their flare guns, and there's a bunch of interesting stuff like that. But I think the biggest twist, and this is a big spoiler, is that when Becky drops Hunter, she actually dies. And that means that Becky was basically hallucinating for like the last hour of the movie because she eventually comes to, because obviously she's from heat stroke and from lack of water. She's like dehydrated. She kind of just starts to hallucinate stuff. So then she was hallucinating. So yeah, just like all that, Becky was just hallucinating Hunter the whole time. And then she just sees like her body like just being eaten by vultures, which is just terrifying. But it's a really fun, interesting movie. And eventually she does get back down, or like she gets rescued from like a helicopter. And yeah, it's really fun. I mean, it's a pretty fun survival movie. It's pretty simple, under 2 hours. Basically, the majority of it's just those two girls stuck up there and you're wondering how they're going to get out. But yeah, I'd recommend it if you like kind of survival movies like that. It's pretty fun.